And there we go. I'm just gonna post the rules real quick, just to be on the safe side. So, hello, my name is Shiro. I'm a comic artist, and what I usually do on these live streams, if this is your first time here, I like to talk a little bit about what happened artistically in the past week, either to me or to other people if it's interesting, or if I find it interesting, because this is my channel, I do whatever the fuck I want. And then I move on and draw my weekly webcomic, Bootleg Cookie, because I am also very, very ADHD, and if I don't do it that way, I always end up drawing the comic like the morning of when it's supposed to be posted, and that is not good for my nerves. I'm not sure what my hair is doing today, and I figured, you know what, let it go. Also, like just before we logged on for the stream today, the old throne goal has been met. So I'm going to get a book to help me improve on my facial expressions. Because honestly, I always have trouble placing the corners of the mouth, stuff like that. Or remembering that when somebody is smiling, you're supposed to be squinting. Anyway, I'm getting the book for that because you can never learn too much. And yesterday, for those of you who were here yesterday, I will probably repeat a lot of what I said yesterday. For those of you who weren't, it was the Colors of the Month challenge, and this time I actually have them on hand. Hi, Paul! I'm doing great. So yeah, yesterday was the color challenge. And we had, I'm trying to get these in order. I think this is the order. So the Wheel of Morality was very generous. It picked Luigi and Daisy. Oh wow, the camera actually focused. I am shocked, I tell you, shocked. Daisy Mae from Little Abner, which came out pretty good for something I have never drawn before in my life. The Cheshire Cat, original pose. It's interesting what it does in the corner where the little portrait is and where green is cancelled out. And finally Aiko and Mog from Final Fantasy IX, which I think came out great. Now you probably noticed that two of the cards are kind of shinier. They are in a plastic sleeve because they are already sold. I always drop these cards in the shop immediately after the live stream. Yeah, come here. I also got myself a little something. Yeah, I did. It's because I've been forgetting the name of that artist all the time. You know when they say you gotta repeat a name 21 times to remember it? Yeah, that doesn't work on me. I need like 101 times. I'm looking up the name again. There we go. Tenya Wanyatsun. Oh, Paul is jumping. I'm going to drop some fairies. There we go. So I'm going to drop the name in the chat for people to look them up. Again, this is on Instagram. And what they do is they do the line art in colored lead. It also works with colored pencils. I just don't want to pull out my Prismas every time just for a couple line art because I have way too many colors. Like, I legit don't remember how many colors I have in the box, and I'm not pulling it out to check. So I had been experimenting with a couple of pens and 2.0 millimeter leads that I got off of Valley. But I've noticed that I've been having to constantly swap the leads in and out of those two pens. Especially now I have one pen assigned to the color black. It's not an HB graphite lead. It's literally a black colored lead. Because I found that this type of line art is best suited for the current Final Fantasy portraits I'm doing right now. As it makes my art look closer to Amano's, as you can see here in the recent Scient portrait. And constantly changing leads like that is very dangerous to break the lead, so I got myself a little set of clicky pencils where I can just assign a color and be done with it. Here it is. It's super cute. I'm gonna pull out some pieces to explain what they do. I mean, it's a clicky pencil. You can use it as a pencil. Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna grab the pink one here. So basically it works like my my non-repro blue one that I don't use anymore because the plastic it turns sticky with age, and I'm But what I mean when I say it works like that clicky pencil, they're light, is that each of the 4 pencil happen to have a built-in sharpener that looks highly out of center. But that's okay, and I'll explain why. But they all have a built-in sharpener at the end. So like that, I can just pull it out like this and then attempt to sharpen it. But I don't think this will work on this one because it's out of focus. But like I said, that is okay because get back in here. I assigned the red lead for this one, and I have a blue one here where I assigned a blue lead. Because there's also these. I got 2 of them. They're separate sharpeners. And for some reason, there's also a built-in... what's the name of that in English again? In loupe. A magnifier. There's a built-in magnifier lens. Look at the size of this thing. So clearly I did not buy it for the lens. It's kind of ridiculous. These ones are actually aligned with their blades, so they work. And then I have 2 pink like this, 2 blue like this. This is purely for the aesthetics. There we go, we can see the color now. It's purely for the aesthetics because that's all HB LEDs in here. It also came with a pack of colored, random colored LEDs. And finally, 2 erasers, a pink and a blue one that I didn't open yet. But I will say that I believe, if you guys can see, there you go. You see how it's blue on the outside and pink on the inside? I believe this is a dupe of the Mount Fuji eraser. So as I erase, the corners will wear down, the white center will pop up and look like a little mountain. That's what's going to happen eventually. But yeah, that's the kit. I recently got paid in advance for the next Smack episode. I got the first half of the pay, so decided to treat myself to a couple tools. And that's about it for now for Smack news. There will be more coming because I will say there is a new Smack Direct coming next month. And of course, the dub for they're currently working on the dub for It's a Wonderful Life. And I repeat, when pronouncing It's a Wonderful Life, it is important to quack when saying the title, or else you're just saying the title of the original movie, just spread out a little bit. So it's not a wonderful life, it's a wonderful life. You really have to push the wah. And with that, I am going to scoot a couple windows to the side. And we're going to get started on today's comic, which I believe I wouldn't say hinted because I was not very subtle about it. I've talked about last week that story that I had just remembered of a coworker not minding his own goddamn business. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing today. Just gonna fix a couple things, and then we'll be good. Yeah. Gonna put this here, and this here, and move this over here. And of course, we're gonna turn off the big webcam or else y'all not gonna see shit. Fix a little display thing on my phone and then we'll be good for today. The new goal is the second set of collectible Copics, like teeny tiny Copics for display only. Is the second set of these. It's a tiny set of Chow markers and Acrea markers. This is a tiny set of sketch markers, I believe. Pack of 12. Yep. That's what's written on it, sketch. The second collection is Chow markers. My Chow is way too far for me to grab without getting up. And Acrea markers. Acrea markers, I don't have any. Specifically, Acrea brand. They're basically acrylic paint markers. And those I have tons. I have a Posca set that I built up by hand. And I have an Artex box, which I do believe once again was financed by you guys, and I appreciate that very much. It is helping. It is seriously helping. Also, I did not advertise it yet because the sale is ending. I believe the sale is ending today. Let me just go grab a link. While it loads, I'm going to check my calendar. What day are we? Yep, the sale ends today. And the new shirt is called Riza's Attacks. And it is a CYMK colored shirt. Like, basically, it's only cyan, magenta, and yellow. Like, literally, it's not overlaid like I usually do with the tones the screen tone dots. I just wanted something bright. So I'll drop the link in the chat. And I'll just scoot that over here real quick while it's on sale. This is what the design looks like. It's her with her fire attack, her ice attack, and her lightning attack. And I think it looks really nice. I am barely biased. As much as I like pastel colors, I also really like neon colors. So that's what's happening. But I will be advertising the new shirt in the next sale, because there will be more sales this month. Like I needed that design out of my head, like right now. For stuff like that, for shirt designs and stuff like that, I just can't get myself to get an idea like on time for the sale. Like I got it like yesterday, I think. And I like sped drew it. No, he actually, like, unlike the really fucked up coworker, he actually made the effort of dressing nice for the job. So we're at least going to give him a nice shirt. So does it count as artistic news if I'm being, like, stalked by kinksters and scammers this week? Like I said yesterday, I'm very, very easy to annoy if you know what to use, and that annoys me terribly. Now here's the thing, it's not for the kinksters, okay? It's not a thing of kink shaming. It's a thing of I have not agreed to participate. And usually the kinksters that want me to draw for them, they write like they're 10 trying to pass for a mature 12, and that gives me a serious ick. Like, I'm gonna take 5 minutes. I'm gonna try to remember who I sent the screenshot to. If not, I'll just check the mail. Because it's in my spam folder by now, because I blocked the guy. Once again, not naming any names. He might recognize himself, but it's up to him to not call himself out. And yes, I will mention a gender because it's always guys. Always. 100% of the time, it's always guys. And it goes, and I quote, there is absolutely zero punctuation in this. And yes, I will shame. It's not the kink itself. It's the fact that you write like this. And think, yes, I am going to enter in a business deal with this person. I'm sure no parent is gonna come back and bite me in the ass. And I quote, For the next smack comic, Peach, Daisy, Rosalina, and Pauline have a sleepover in Peach Castle to make it amazing. Peach, Daisy, Rosalina, Pauline are be hanging. Use long cape to wrap thyself into cozy cocoons. It'd be fun. Peach, Daisy, Rosalina, and Pauline being wrapped in cozy cocoons using their capes. That's a fucking kink. They all write like that. So at first I'm like, you know what? If you're an adult, you're gonna pay. And keep in mind, he expected me to draw an entire comic of this. So I sent him the filter reply. I charge $150 a page. And he replies, okay, thanks. Because you know damn well the 10-year-old doesn't have kink comic money. You know damn well. That's the whole point. I make this difficult and expensive specifically for this. Because today is not the day. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. This dude then decides to follow me on Instagram and Threads. His accounts are empty, so that's completely new, okay? And first of all, for those in the know, the princess sleepover idea, that's from Borgie Man. I'm assuming it's pronounced Borgie Man. Could be Borgie Man. I tend to pronounce it Borgie Man. He is free to, like, come on stream and correct me. I've never heard the word. So this will come in later in the story. So he does that, and of course this happens like right before me asking for prompts on Friday for the color challenge. So he does that, and I of course post the prompts for the color challenge. What do you want to see me draw? Write it down, and then the wheel of morality will pick ta 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 ta. You know the drill by now. I'm starting to think that people should have to register to use the internet. Yes! At this point, yes! You know that thing on certain social medias when you want a verified account, they ask you for all this information? You should do that just to log on the internet in general. So of course he sees that and he thinks, now's my chance. Completely ignoring the fact that I'm 42 years old and I still have agency. And if I don't like a prompt, I will simply not put it in the wheel of morality. Because I still need to sell these things. And who the fuck but another Kingster is going to buy, like, three or four teardrop shapes with a little crown at the end? So, I see that. I get pissed off. Because, let's not forget, I get really easily pissed off. Speaking of, you're frozen. Come on, baby. So not only do I ignore his prompt, I block him on Instagram. Like, his account is empty. You need to be a fan of me, at least, because the color challenge thing is a gift to fans. Like, I only pick 4 because I have other stuff to do, but that's still like around 2 hours of work that you guys get to see me draw. And there are people that enjoy seeing me drawing. They exist. Hi, Coco. So I block him on Instagram, I block him on Threads. I did not block him on email yet. But then he comes back and spams me with email reactions. Like, I think there was a heart, I think there was some a party icon, and then the high five icon that always looks like a praying motion, no matter how often Max says it's a high five. It's not a fucking high five, okay? Who are you kidding? You want it to look like a high five, do some little explosion lines on the sides. So then I set his email as spam and then I blocked him there because, look, hey. There are some frickin' limits and you don't want to push them. What's this ranking thing about our names in chat? Oh! Do you mean in, not exactly flattering to have number 2 by my name. You have rankings? Because the only ranking I'm aware is, the fact that you have a gold star in the stream avatars. Because you're a mod, and Paul has a heart because he's a supporter. I'm expecting that will soon take my rightful place as number 2. I'm gonna go look on YouTube, because I have no idea what you're talking about. So I see the ranks, I don't know what they're about. YouTube must have implemented it in the sly. It's a new thing in YouTube chat, you get experience points for comments. Yeah, see, from my point of view, Coco is number 1 now, and Paul is number 2. So is that going to fluctuate in between who talks the most? Top fans. And you both have 75 XP. Like, this is new to me too, guys. So, I don't know what to do with that. It's a bit confusing to come back to when I'm already sleeping near constantly. I have gained 25 XP since the show started. Maybe it has to, like I said, maybe it has to do with comment count. Like I woke up for some messed up dream to a contest. Well, if you think the new ranking system is rude, feel more than free to complain to YouTube because I had nothing to do with it. I know why they're doing it though. Is they're trying to help encourage chatting. I just woke up from a dream where I was melding cats together with alchemy. And yet that sounds nicer than the one I had. Which I'm not going to talk about on stream. Yeah, they're being stupid again, I don't blame you. You can turn off the XP participation in live chat setting. Okay. Let's go do that right now while I think about it. Alright, so... is that for people participating in the chat? Because now I see that Paul doesn't have a ranking anymore. Coco has one. So it would be the person participating. Is what I'm getting. Okay, I get it now. Back to work. First of all, I'm going to turn on my fan because I'm getting hot, but not hot enough to take off the shirt. There's another shirt underneath. Before I get reported. Mine is gone from my end. Alright, so that'll be better. I may be a little too generous with his hair. Not saying he was going bald. He was not. It's just that he kept it, like, nearly bald. He was a head shaver. So that's closer to what he looked like. My shoulder's still killing me after that. Oh my god. I suppose I should get up again. These meds knock me out. It's for participant, but it works right away. Your settings are in studio, but you can do it. Yeah, I went to look. But like, I use my account for a lot of things, so for me it would be better if I stay with the ranking system. Ooh, sorry. The utility company dug a pit in my street sidewalk and filled every other slab except for the one by my friend's house. There's also a gravel-filled pit in the middle of the intersection still. Oh, that's why. So yeah, back to scammers. Like they wanted to cause people to trip and slip. Well, I mean, in the current climate, the cruelty is the point, so I wouldn't put it past them at this point. Oh no, it's gone. But that's okay. I screenshotted it and it's on my Facebook. So that's not going to be an issue. Oh, here's a quick one while I scroll down, because I got another one, of course. On Instagram, one of my good followers got hacked. He got caught by this. And it's basically like they ask you for help on something, and you say yes, and then they tell you to click the link. You click the link, and your account is hacked. That's basically it. So... and we talk like extremely rarely. Last time we talked was for some clarification on his request for a color challenge, and then he texts me at 5:30 in the morning, And he's like, yo, and for those wondering, if you text me in the middle of the night, I will not reply. I will not notice my phone is on Do Not Disturb. So if you text me, you will not wake me up, so you don't have to worry about that one bit. And I reply, yo ho ho, what's up? Now, keep in mind, I don't usually reply yo ho ho. I replied yo ho ho on purpose because I already had an inkling that this might be a pirate. Like, I was literally like, oh, I know where this is going. But to give him some sort of chance, I gave him a reply, but I was trying to hint like, yo ho ho, I know you're a pirate, buddy. And he replied, once again, no punctuation, because in the scammers, whatever native language to English classes, they never cover punctuation. He replies, I need something from you right now. Hope don't mind me asking, my bad. I know this will sound strange. Well, yes, it does sound strange because there's not a single fucking comma in here. And I reply, oh lordy, this sounds like the intro to a hacked account. And he left me on red for some reason. Not happy with that. This is a mutual friend between me and my friend Joel. So I go ahead and text Joel, Adam has been hacked. So, heads up. And Joel goes, oh, I know! And he sends me his screenshot, where he immediately calls out the guy for being a hacker and demands that he gives the account back to Adam twice. Like, he asks, well, he didn't ask him, he ordered him. So he orders him a first time, and the guy tries to send him a photo. And he basically tells him to go fuck himself and demands once again that the asshole gives the account back to Adam. And the hacker replied, KYS. Like, dude, chill, you're just trying to scam somebody. Like, sheesh. Alright, there's my hacker. Like, I went to look at his account. So this hacker was somebody that was hacked because he has a full account of art. He says he's 22, but his style is like the writing style of my Kingster from earlier in the chat. So I was like, oh. I was assuming at first he was going to be a Mario Kingster, like the other one. But then he writes like, perfectly clear this one. Pardon me, may I have a moment of your time? Like, punctuation and everything. I have a concern I'd really like to discuss. And I reply, oh boy, what is it? Sorry if I disturbed you, but I just wanted to ask you if you happen to share your Divine account with anyone. Is somebody stealing my art again? And then he writes a whole paragraph that I completely missed the first time I read this. Like, I took the screenshot, I didn't even see the paragraph. I'm asking because I accidentally clicked on a suspicious link that was sent to me via DM. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a phishing scheme that compromised my account. So basically, he's explaining to me the scam that he's attempting to attempt on me. And then he sends me this tiny screenshot of a new account with no banner, with my PFP, my name badly spelled. I'm so very unofficial, and this one is spelled with 2 R and 1 missing F. And my first, and he goes no, and he sends me that, and is this your other account? And my first like knee-jerk reaction is, oh my god, somebody is pretending to be me. LMAO. Oh, I'm gonna go take a look to report this. So, did they hit you with a scam or what? See, this is what I meant. I completely missed when he explained in detail the scam. Completely missed it. And then he links me to the fake account that doesn't exist anymore because I already manually looked it up. And that page doesn't exist, so it's not my concern anymore. This is what the link of the one who DM'd me. I tried to find the @ but it looks like your impersonator changed theirs. That's why I'm like, you can see at first it was written perfectly well, and then the English devolves and missing punctuation and the spelling is going worse. That's why I mistakenly reported your account. I genuinely thought it was you. Don't post anything yet. No apostrophe in don't. Maybe your impersonator will be notified instead of notified and do the same thing as yours. Not sure what thing he was trying to talk about. And then he sends me a screenshot of the reply that he got back. It's not the same name. Like, it's his name is Jack something, and this is Jack something else. And then, on top of that, the report reply has a Discord link in it. Now, usually this I accidentally reported your account scam is a Discord-based scam. So he hits me up on the Vineart with a Discord scam, trying to coax me to go on Discord to talk about it with a DeviantArt employee. And he continues, I sincerely apologize. I tried to inform them that it was the wrong profile, but the DeviantArt support refused to listen. I don't want you to lose your account because of this mistake, so please help me take action. Would it be okay for you? So he won't listen to you, but you still want to take action. You think I'm that stupid. And honestly, that's something that I get a lot in life. Like, people think I'm way stupider than I am. I'm no genius, but I'm not as stupid as people think. I got ADHD, that's different. And I reply, I bluff. I decide to bluff. Okay, you want to scam me? I'm gonna scam you. And I reply, oh, it's okay. I'm friends with an admin. I'll have this fixed in a jiffy. And he goes, yes, but your friend can't fix this one. They already assigned a staff to contact this issue. Yeah, on Discord, I saw. But what I actually replied was, oh, I'm sure they can. And then the scammer blocked me. So I couldn't even report his page. Honestly, I laughed so hard and so long, I hurt my lungs. The audacity, people! Like, yes, I had to stop drawing just to read that whole saga because, oh my god. Now, here's the thing about reporting an account on the Vineart. You can't really accidentally report an account. Like, it's a very finite decision because you have to go on the page itself, go on the little hamburger menu or the 3 dots menu, whichever menu it is, however you want to call it. Scroll down, click report this account, and then fill up a form on why you are reporting the account. Like, it's a very long process. You can't accidentally report an account on the Vineart. That's like saying I accidentally posted a story on Instagram. There are several steps. Like, you can't accidentally post a picture and accidentally put a filter on it and accidentally choose a song and accidentally write, oops, I posted it accidentally under it. And you really think I'm gonna believe? Like, the Vineart. Okay, I reported an account. Like, I reported a piece, threatened to cease and desist, kinda, sorta, on an account because they had stolen one of my pieces. I'm not even talking about the kid that stole a panel. I used a cease and desist there too, but I'm talking about the person that stole one of my, like, 20-year-old pieces, trying to pass it for theirs and offering commissions in that style. Now, you can do better, honey. So, I had to go through that whole process of menus and filling up forms and stuff like that. Did I get a reply? No! Did the thing get done? Yes, and I got like a notification like, yeah, it's been brought down. That's it. I didn't get a big sheet telling me to go to a Discord server. Like, the piece has been taken down, that's it. That's all I got. And it's not like I needed it's not like I needed a whole book to convince me that the piece was taken down, you know? Like, at first I laughed because I thought somebody was trying to pass themselves as me. And, like, you can't fake the anger. But then realizing they were trying a Discord scam on me, on the Vine art, at my age. And I know at my age, like, there are a lot of people that will get caught by scams at my age. And honestly, that's normal. But at my age, and with the time I've been on the Vine art, like, I have been hit by so many scams. Like, I know them by name now. And I will keep talking about them in case, you know, somebody comes across them, knows what to do because of my streams. That's why it's important to watch my streams. They're educative. You need the angry tits. Doesn't matter what gender you are, if you're angry, you need the angry tits. Now here's something I explained to a watcher yesterday about the Kingsters. usually kinksters that want you to draw their kinks for free. Like, either they actually want you to draw their kinks for free, and that's not happening, or they want you as an unwilling participant and trying to share the kink. They talk about their kink in the hopes of making an AFAB or female presenting artist uncomfortable. Like, we remember the guy that had a bondage fetish that tried to explain his commission on stream. Like, I was still willing to do it for money, but then he involved real people in it, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And he said, can you try? It's not a thing that I can't. It's a thing that I won't. Like, the kink is not the actual kink to talk about. The kink is to make female presenting people uncomfortable. Well, that's why it's a pain in the ass trying to deal with those. Good thing about me is I'm very easy to piss off, but I'm also very easy to calm down. So at least I don't spend my days dwelling on assholes. I have a saying for that. I don't wake up in the night to think about it. I wake up in the night to pee and that's it. I'm not gonna... not gonna ruin my beauty sleep over an asshole. The only asshole I'm gonna worry about and not sleep over is when I have too much spicy food in a day. Anybody else looking forward to the next Smack episode? I'm starting work tomorrow. If you're also looking forward to Oryx 6, I am also working on that. That'll be the two projects that I'm working on this summer. Coloring Oryx 6 and working on the next Smack episode. Oryx 6 will be awesome. I can't wait. It will be awesome. Of course, since I'm doing the coloring, I've seen all the pages. And we have posted at least 2 bloopers that I made. Because coloring is very repetitive and sometimes I get bored. So the equivalent of me doodling while I was doing schoolwork is me adding funny quotes or funny stuff to the comic while I work, which I of course hide when I send the finals. Like the only blooper that I did not hide, and it's actually a microscopic Easter egg, an Easter egg so small that you can't see it at the naked eye, was in Orc 5, I believe, when they're fighting the lobster monster. And one of the water droplets that Andrew drew was shaped like a smile slime from Dragon Quest, and I filled in the facial features of the slime. But like, you have to know it's there because otherwise you simply cannot see it. And it's there. It's in the book. It was kept in the book because it was that small. But I know it's there, and it makes me giggle, knowing it's there. Also, yeah, the reason I'm drawing Jean-Marc this tall is because he was this tall. Usually I kind of draw everybody the same chibi size. Really, really, really tall people I will draw really, really tall. Every time I've drawn Davis, the writer for Auric, in this specific comic, he's drawn like a normal person and not like a bean shape like the other characters. So he was even taller than Jean-Marc, because Jean-Marc still has some chibiness to him. I just know that when I work on Auric, my fan goes from 1200 to 1400 RMPs. RPMs. See, this is one of the many reasons why I was so pissed off when that little brown-noser manager took me out of the video games to put me on the music. I know nothing about music. Especially not local music. Who the hell is trending? On the other hand, when I was in the video games, like, I was dedicated. I woke up early one day before work to watch the Nintendo Direct on the release of the Wii. The Wii or the Wii U? I'm pretty sure it was the Wii. And, like, I wrote everything down, the specs and everything, and I emailed them to Jonathan. Now, I know my shit about video games. Mostly Nintendo, because I don't work in video games anymore, and I only have Nintendo consoles and, like, a PlayStation 2, and a PSP, and a Game Gear. But it's 95% Nintendo consoles. You know what I should do? I should do an advertisement for Smack. Because apparently the current president of Nintendo said that if kids can't afford to get a Switch 2, they should get familiar. They should interact with Mario and stuff like that in other mediums. You know, like comics. And I should do an ad about that using that quote. Because I'm petty as shit. You know what I would do if I was, like, selfish and had no concept of budgeting? Because technically, if you ignore the fact that I need to eat, I could afford a Switch 2 right now. Like, right now, I could order it if I wanted to. And because I'm such a nice person to my parents, I could ask them to send me money for food for the next couple of months. But then that's not me, is it? Like, I would rather use that money, save up some of it, so hopefully we could get a new recliner for my dad. Then get a console that has, like, maybe 1 or 2 games on launch that I may want. But, like, I'm not in a hurry. I didn't get the Switch on launch either. Lord knows I did not get the GameCube on launch. Like, it was on its way out when I got it. My Wii U is the Wind Waker edition. At the same time, that's a bit of a shitty thing to say. Like, if you can't afford a console, you're gonna have to buy the merch instead. And the merch is expensive. Like the Lego Mario sets. Like, there's this Deku Tree Lego set. I don't know if it's officially out yet. It's $300 for Legos. You know what's affordable because it's free? Super Mario Adventures Continued on Global Comics. Shing! We also have a very well-furnished TV Tropes page. Somebody is keeping it updated, and I don't know who, but thank you for your service. Oh, I'm gonna color these white while I think about it. Of course, I had to abridge what happened because there was a lot more talking before I lost my patience, but who the hell's gonna tell? I lose my patience so easily. Did everybody had a good Pride last month? Despite everything? Also, if you guys remember when I... Oh my god! I didn't even get an audio warning. We have hyper voice acting in the chat, and he joined the party. Hyper voice acting is in charge of doing the voice acted version of the Smack comics. Thank you for joining the party, by the way. Usually I get an audio notification. Maybe there's something going on with my bots. Or I really wasn't paying attention. But yay! Glad you're here! Been meaning to pop by one of your streams for a while, but I finally found the time to do so. Yeah, no, I understand. I have this really weird time slot. But like I keep saying, I have no choice. It's the only time I have. Me, no, it's okay, I understand. And I draw myself with this really angry, giant, angry vein on my head. Oh no, I'm fine. So yeah, if you guys enjoy the voice acted version of the comic, the official one, because there are tons of fan versions, but if you enjoy the official one that we pay actual money for, let's give a nice round of applause for Hyper. Even with the angry vein, you're adorable. Ah, I'm always adorable. Like maybe I could live stream the RPG portraits, but I don't really feel like it. Because what I like about the RPG project, the RPG portrait project, is that I can take my time and listen to the music I want without being told by YouTube that I am infringing copyright, and then fill in a form to tell them that, yo, I'm already paying you money for this music. Oh. And speaking of weird shit that happens sometimes, my phone just connected to the stream, so I was worried that you guys dropped for a second. Thanks for the love, pal. I do think it's neat seeing other people try to dub the comics too, but I'm always grateful to work along with you and Gabe. Well, we're always guaranteed the best of the best when we work with you, so... Fun fact, a lot of people think that Hyper is the one doing the comic because he dubs it, and he gets comments asking to know when the next smack is going to be, and like that's not his jurisdiction. My French ass trying to pull out the long English words. Jurisdiction! He does the good voicey, him and his team. The actual art and story, that's Gabe and me. Another fun fact, when I wouldn't reply to a kid demanding an essay on who would be stronger, Bowser or Eggman, that kid then went on to one of the episodes, like the episode where he wrote that comment. I think it was either Cammy Calamity or Power Trip, but I think it was Cammy Calamity. Oh yeah, there's so many people who believe I have an authority of the comics, which I'm always like, and no, that's all Gabe and Shiro. I just give them voices. To build an army to kill me. And then, I'm guessing Hyper saw that, told Gabe, and Gabe told me, you got a beef with some kid? And I'm like, I do? And then he tells me, Hyper told me that there's some kid, and I go and look at the comments, and the kid is claiming to raise an army to kill me. I'm a 42-year-old, 5'2" comic artist. You don't need an army to kill me. You need a stiff breeze. Put me in the sun for about 3 minutes. And then Hyper, trying to de-escalate, bless his heart. He's like, look, I don't know what your beef is with Shiro, but don't bring this here. And the kid is like, who's Shiro? I'm going to kill So Very Unofficial. And we're all like, I mean, same idiot, different name, same idiot. And then he blocked him and deleted his comments. Oh god, that kid. What I love is that when I ask if you ignoring their question warranted wishing death on you, they straight face said, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Like, just, yeah. Probably because they couldn't send their mommy after me. Like, that was clearly a kid. It had to be a kid. Please be a kid. And like they had told me on the Vine art, like all caps, fuck you. So that's when I blocked them, and that's when I guess they resorted to go into YouTube. Not even going to my own YouTube. No, they went to yours because you're the one with the dubbed comics. I'm raising an army on the internet. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. And then recently, I managed to piss off another kid, and just in case, as far as I know, nothing happened this time, but just in case, I went and warned Hyper, and I was like, look, pissed off another kid. Same reason, different kid, because the last time we talked, it was for the same thing, like, look, I'm sorry about the kid, I pissed him off. Like, look, even if there wasn't a debate team in the high school where I went to, I wouldn't have joined a debate team. I am not debating on a comic page. I am not debating on an illustration. I am not debating anywhere. I do not wish to debate. I wish to draw the pretty picture and mind my own goddamn business. It's not my fault I got angry people coming to me with their own goddamn business. Yeah, I don't believe I saw them commenting on any of the episodes, so I guess it just got over it. Or they couldn't find it. Mommy, I'm lost on the internet! Because that's the fun thing. I look like this so people think they can walk all over me. Well, maybe physically because I'm 5'2", but mentally, I'm just so done with everything. At this point, I'm like, oh gee, another death threat. What are the odds? I once pissed off a scammer so bad, they told me that they wish God would strike me down for wasting their time. Yeah, you're the scammer and I'm wasting your time. Like, I was talking about Kingsters earlier, like trying to get me to draw their kink for free. You must be getting a lot of that too, Hyper. Getting a lot of kids suggesting stuff to dub for free, and it's like this giant, super long project that would require your entire team, stuff like that. I'm so shiny today. I'm not even greasy. I'm just clean. Holy jeez. But yeah, you gotta be getting some of that. A lot of it. It'll give my throat a little chance to rest while we wait for an answer, and that I will then read and scratch my throat more. Yeah, I've had a lot of people dropping suggestions now and then. I feel like it's not quite as frequent as it used to be, though. I guess they're running out of popular comics to suggest. How about a really weird one? Like, did anybody ever suggest that you dub some porn? Like, it's obvious hentai. We do not require the name of the hentai if it did happen. Like, you know, there's suggestions that are like, it's an idea, but not right now. And then there's suggestions that's like, ooh, I do not like the feeling that just went up my spine. You know? It's the second one we're wondering about. Pet's angry yellow Shiro like a pissed off baby chick. Given how a large portion of my subscribers are most likely children, I highly doubt they'd request porn dubs. First of all, thank God. Secondly, usually it's never fans that do those requests. It's always some rando that just show up, notice you're doing something, like his kink. Because I was talking about a Kinkster earlier that wanted me to draw an entire comic of the princesses. And yeah, I never did actually quite finish that little tidbit. At a sleepover in a cocoon. And then he tried to pass, when after I blocked him, he tried to pass it off as a request in the color challenge. But it was using the same name, so I knew it was him. But like his accounts where he followed me were completely empty, so it's always a rando. It's never a fan that does that. And I said I did finish a tidbit because the princesses at a sleepover that was Borgiman or Borgiman, however he pronounces its idea. And I said it was important to the story because when I went to look at the Kinkster's threads, he was actually harassing on his front page. He was repeating his comic concept over and over, The princess at a sleepover in cocoons. The princess has a sleepover in cocoons and tagging Boogeyman. He was harassing Boogeyman about it. That's why I said that, remembering that Boogeyman was the one who did the Three Little Princesses at a sleepover story was important. Also, I have a few family members who are subbed to me, and I'd rather not have any of my cousins chew me out over one of their kids introducing them to not safe for work content. No, I totally understand that. Because that's the same to me. Like these kinksters, like the old one that I talked about earlier, he wanted me to involve real people, and I was like, no, fuck you. And recently, the kinksters that are after me are people that have kinks about the princesses. And it's like super obvious. Some I can try to finagle to make them look like perfectly normal. But there are some I just have to say no. Ah, there we go. And usually asking for money will discourage these people. Because, once again, with the way they write, they sound like kids, and I do not like that. I am not, like you, I do not want to introduce not safe for work to kids. So that's why I am very, very snappy with kinksters. Like, you better be an adult. And I'm going to make damn sure you are an adult. There are steps. And usually I give them, like, this huge price. That gets them to back off. Whether they're poor or kids. But at least like that, I don't draw porn for kids. Probably, if I was monetized, I'm probably going to get demonetized for that. But that is two categories that I keep firmly separated. Despite everything, I somehow have morals. And usually my morals alert me like this. As far as adult content knowledge between me and my parents, like, I run after my mom to show her my not safe for work content. She's like guaranteed an adult, and like I need a second pair of eyes to see if I drew whatever I drew is right. And she tells me after she's done giggling. But kids, nah, that's none of your business. So if you guys like Smack, you're gonna love the Smack voice acted episodes. It's a wonderful life is coming. And as I said at the beginning of the stream, it's important to pronounce it like that. You have to quack. It's not, it's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life. Very important. I will die on this hill. Your expression... Your expressions are fantastic and the comic looks awesome. Thanks for a great show, Shiro. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, Paul can tell I'm almost done. Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to releasing that video. All the clips I've gotten so far are killing it. Hee 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 hee. Usually I get previews too. I got none so far. So, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I am being patient. If I'm patient to wait for Off to release in August, I am patient to get my samples for the next smack. So there you have it, straight from the source, people. The next voice-acted Smack episode is coming. And it's going to be wonderful. So yeah, if you did not see the episodes before, you go straight to Hyper Voice Acting on YouTube. And then you look for the Smack playlist. And while you're there, you can also listen to all his other series that he's made with his team. And other than that, I am done, I believe. Let's take one last look. Like, I highly encourage you to go to his channel and listen to his stuff. It's very professional stuff, very good team, and very good stories that he works on. Tee-hee-hee. And I forgot to color my eyes in the first panel. This is why we do a last look over. And his pants. Yeah, I usually like to wait till at least most of the actors send their lines, just waiting on Gabe, Jespo, and a few of the ladies to send their stuff. Oh, those poor ladies. If you guys been paying attention during the streams, of course the ladies are voicing the princesses. And, yeah. So yeah, it was lovely to see you, Hyper. I have to go to the bookend because we are done drawing the comic for today. And of course, as with every end of stream, we are going to give extra special caramel drizzle, rainbow sprinkle, chocolate syrup thanks to our supporters on Patreon, Ko-fi, and everywhere else. Amber B, Paul K, Miss Innovis, Sir E, Other, Bad at Multiplayer, Blast6, Matthew H, Laura S, Winter the Kitten, and the part-time support Booty, Super Dude at 808, and Rocket Mouse. Your continued or part-time support is immensely appreciated. Immensely. You think I didn't... You guys think I spot video game typos all the frickin' time in video games, and I'm not going to spot my own mispronouncements. Next live stream for those of us who can speak English is going to be on July 13th. Sunday, July 13th. Well, it's every Sunday, so at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time, I don't know you, I don't know your life. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I had a lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys next week. I love you all. And bye-bye.